Jimmy. This is AC9GO. Let me one more time throw out the information on that swap fest that's happening tomorrow. It's the WI9SM 2021 Swap Fest featuring Tower Electronics. It's South Milwaukee Amateur Radio Club Incorporated, and it starts tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. American Legion Post 434, 9327 South Shepherd Avenue, Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Tickets are $5 per person at the gate. Food and beverages will be available starting at about 6:30 a.m., provided by the Women's Auxiliary of the American Legion there. Talk-in frequency 146.91, PL of 127.3 with a negative offset. And anyhow, with that, this is AC9GO saying 73, and it's time for Jimmy. KC9GCR, this is AC9GO.
Okay, Larry, sounds good. I remember to make that announcement during the net there. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock, and welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is KC9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your net control station this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing on-air beam plates for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed in your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios who do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency of the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. If you're out of the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get into it due to conditions, or you're too far away from it. And you can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636. Local Freeport number. We'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time mobilization. You got family time, you rather concentrate on your drive, you got something else going on, we'll take your short time of mobile check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of bike rides, marathons, a ham fest. You got one taking place tomorrow, and the breakfast, bike rides, marathons, and ham fest. Okay. Then we're going to do our regular features. We're going to do the tech net. If you have any technical questions, are you having a problem with your amplifier or power supply? What kind of antenna do you want to put up in your tower? You answer your technical questions, we'll try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner in honor of our late great friend and colleague Gene Duncan W9GD. And whenever he checks in his net, he always had a DX report. Then we'll have the swap net. If you have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to the hobbies of amateur radio or computers, put them out on the air and we'll see what we can do for you. The question this week, this is something I never got to do while I was recuperating from COVID when I was in Belvedere. I wanted to ask everybody, are you planting your own vegetable gardens this year? This is something I did last year at the height of the pandemic. The old victory gardens of World War II were coming back, I want to know if you're planting a vegetable garden, what kind of vegetables are you planting? The trivia segment, well, we're going to go back to doing ham radio questions. So, Larry K9KZT, thank you for sending me those trivia questions. There was not as much participation as I thought there would be, so thank you anyway. Did a great job. I think we're going to go back to doing ham radio questions. Okay. We had 42 check-ins last week, and I think we got done around 10:30. We'll see how far we go tonight, how many check-ins we get. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations that like to check in? Please call now.
KL7JAB, Bill in Rockford, short time. No traffic.
L7JEB, okay, Bill. I've got you checked in. 73, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations that like to check in? Please call now.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform. Michael in Janesville. Short time, I have no traffic.
AE9VU, Mike in Janesville, got you checked in. Mike 73, have a good evening. We'll catch you on the Rock County Net on Tuesday night. Thank you for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations from the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KD9 SBA, Matt Stillman, short time mobile, no traffic.
KD9 SBA, I've got you checked in. Short time and mobile. Drive safely. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. I almost forgot. This net is being recorded for future rebroadcast on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Thanks to Mike K9MED who's doing the recording. Great. So, okay. Any more short-time and mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
Hello, Jim. Here's AA9SF. Short time tonight.
AE9SF, Scott at the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Okay, Scott, I've got you checked in. Well, the Cubs won again, so that's good. We'll see how far they go. So, okay, thank you for checking in, Scott. Any more short-time mobile stations, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
K9KZT, short time. Have a good night.
K9KZT, Larry in Rockford, the king of CW. Check out the code practice, the 3 code practices. Monday, immediately following the Rah Info Net, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, immediately following the Health and Tech Net on this repeater. Okay, Larry, thank you for checking in. The three of you, the other Larry, and Kerry did a great presentation on the history of ham radio during the Rah on air meeting. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you on Monday. Any more short-time mobile stations, Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, got you checked in, Tom 73, have a good evening. Those stations are checked in short time. You are always welcome to recheck in to the net later on this evening. Thank you for checking in there, Tom. Have a good evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more short time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul, Los Park, short time, no traffic.
KC9QPL, Paul, Los Park. Got you checked in, Paul. You have a good evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you on the Monday Night Net. Any more short time mobile stations, the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford,
short time, no traffic.
Okay, I finally got this right. November 9 Golf Bravo Papa in Rockford. Thank you for checking in. Okay, 73, have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the log. Any more short time at mobile stations for Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, we got a mic quick, but some noise, but no audio. Try that one more time, please. Okay, we'll move on. Any more short time at mobile stations and Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, we had 8 short time stations. Now let's go ahead with general check-ins. At this time, I'll take any general check-ins from Northern Illinois who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
AC9GO, Larry, Rockford. I may have to cut out early, but I'm going to stick around for a while anyhow. Jimmy, AC9GO.
AC9GO, Larry and Rockton, the Rah-Rah board president, got you checked in. Great job. Great meeting there tonight. We'll get back to you in a few minutes at the round table. Thank you for checking in. There was another station trying to check in at the same time Larry was. Other station, come back, please.
KD9, HKX, Larry and Roscoe. No traffic.
KD9, HKX, Larry and Roscoe, got you checked in, Larry. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the round table. Thank you for checking in. Any more general checkers from Northern Illinois who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call case on GCR.
K9 Golf Delta.
This is case on GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repair in Rockford. Gary, W9GD, was that you trying to check in?
Roger, Jim. It's me. W9GD. It's Gary.
W9GD. Okay, Gary. We'll get back to you in a few minutes around there. Well, thank you for checking in. So good to hear that call again. So that's good. Okay. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
WX9RLT.
Okay, Doc, two stations checking in. KD9 MED, Mike and Rochelle, who's recording this net. Got you checked in. Thank you very much for checking in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes around table. WX9RLT. Ricky in the Lowe's Park. Got you checked in, Ricky. You guys, you did a great job on the Skywarn net the other day. So that was great there. So, okay. Any more general check-ins from the order? No, it was Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay, we got a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see if we just get as good a turnout from Southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in Southern Wisconsin. We'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
AC9GCR. Alpha Kilo 9 shot. David, Mobile, and James over there.
Okay, 18-9. Okay, Dave, I know it's you. Repeat the last 2 letters of your call. There's quite a bit of noise in your signal.
Alpha Kilo 9 Foxtrot.
We got you, Dave. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Dave, I can tell you're mobile. I'll tell you what. I'll get to the roundtable question tonight. Do you got any? I can't even talk. Are you planting a vegetable garden this year? Do you have any stuff in the ground?
Negative.
Okay, sounds good, Dave. 7-3, have a good evening. Drive safely. We'll talk to you down below. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. All right, any more general checkers from Southern Wisconsin, the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Well, it's Friday Night Fish Friday night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappie. You cheese lovers, those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and the Braunschweiger. Of course, you cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay, at this time, do we have any more general checkers from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9 MAP, Cary and Rockford.
KD9 MAP, Cary and Rockford got you checked in. It was a great job on the presentation on the history of AM radio, along with the two Larrys. You guys did great there. So okay, I'll get back to you for a few minutes roundtable. Cary, thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
AE9JF, Jim in Loves Park.
89JF. Okay, Jim, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you for a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, we'll try for some more check-ins later on. Let's go to the traffic portion of the net. Again, as I stated, we got tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., Freeport Public Library. Stevenson County Repeater Association will be having our very first in-person meeting since March of 2020. Everybody's welcome to attend. You do not have to be a member of our Stevenson County Repeater Association to come to our meeting. George N9WSQ, our club president, will be anxiously waiting to meet you. So, okay. Immediately following that meeting, at 12:30 p.m., State Line Amateur Radio Club will be conducting the bi-monthly in-person meeting. Hopefully, let's get a big turnout for that too. Whether you're a member of any of our clubs here in Stevenson County or not, you're always welcome to come. Let's show support to our two great ham radio clubs here in the Stevenson County. And okay, there is a ham fest which will take place tomorrow morning. It'll get underway at 6:30 a.m. at the Legion Hall in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. If you want more information when you get there, the call-in frequency is 146.910 PL of 127.3 minus offset. Contact Karen. She's the president of the club there in Milwaukee. That repeater is also where the Saturday Night Fun Net takes place every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. Okay, that's it as far as traffic goes. Anybody have any traffic you'd like to pass along for the net? Okay, let's go on with the TechNet. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up in your tower? Do you have any technical questions? We'll try to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions at this time? Okay, no technical questions at this time, so we'll move on to the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. This is an honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time he checked in his head, he always had a DX report. Okay, does anybody have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along? Please, go ahead. Okay, Gary, K9MAP, you always have a DX report. Do you have any this week or not?
This is KD9MAP. Thank you, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. I was playing with my new radio 5 days this week, and I was working only North America, so I don't have any DX per se for you. The most notable contact was K2K in the 13 Colonies event. What made it notable for me was that was the first straight TCW contact that I had made in 50 years. So, but that was only 880 miles, but it only took 10 watts to get there. 89MAP. Oh, one more thing. Brief reset. The IARU-HF World Championship, which is phone and CW, I think, starts at 1200 UTC Saturday and ends at 1200 UTC Sunday. So that's the worldwide contest. 89MAP.
Okay, sounds good, Gary. Well, good luck. Well, congratulations on contacting K2K in New Hampshire. He was in fact, that was my last contact on this past Wednesday for 13 colonies. So far, I had seven contacts. That station and K2 Charlie in Rhode Island were I had a hard time getting those stations. I finally got to them. Okay. I'm going to see about talk to Tony N9ARB at the meeting tomorrow and see if I can get a certificate. See, I see. Let's see. New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. Let's see. Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. Those were my 7 contacts. So, okay, sounds good. Okay, does any other station have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
Got a check-in.
Okay, check in, go ahead.
Oh, KC9GCR. Please copy W9JTC. Better late than never.
Well, you're not late as far as I'm concerned. Our motto is you're never too early, you're never too late to be worthy of checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, Jamie, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes further on there, but shouldn't be long. Thank you for checking in. Okay. We're still in the DX corner. By the way, this net is not formal, so anybody can check in whenever they like. We're not formal on this net. Okay, does anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
Jim, W9GD.
Okay, Gary, W9GD, go ahead.
Hey, Jim. Yeah, I was going to say the sort of the 13 colonies report, but I did get France and I did get GB13 in England, so that's pretty much all I was doing last week, so I wasn't really working any DX unless I had to, but that France station was tough. I got everybody done in about 3 days, and then I just kept trying to look for that guy, and finally found him. So that's my only DX, France and Great Britain. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good, Gary. Hey, as long as I got you, do you have any vegetables planted? Do you have a garden this year?
Well, Jim, the only thing I plant is tomato plants. The deer tear everything else up. I mean, I've tried the electric fence, 6-foot high fencing. I've tried, all the smelly stuff. I just have way too many deer over here. And I got tomato plants in the sun, fenced off up by the barn, where I get the reflectivity of the heat off the barn. So the only thing I put in was 8 tomatoes, and there is, 5-foot high right now, and I keep tying them up to more posts. So I'm going to have a good crop of those, and I planted 3 different times. But that's the only thing I plant over here. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, the restrictions at this building are off. You don't have to wear a mask anymore or anything like that. So whenever the situation permits you to do so, you're welcome to come over and you can conduct that VCR for me whenever your situation allows.
Okay, Jim, that's good to know. Good to know. All right, well, I'll put it on my list, and I'm sure it's on your bucket list, so I'll try to take care of you next time I'm out in the area. So thanks for the Friday Night Fun Net. Yeah, we stopped our 10-meter net over here, and that's why I've not been here. We suspended it till winter time because there's been too many 10-meter openings, and we all want to work the openings rather than just talk on local 10-meter nets. So thanks, Jim. 7-3, W9TV.
Okay, Rick, K9QDP has his 10-meter net on Tuesday nights. This past Tuesday, he had to hold it on 28.420. There was some shenanigans going on 28.425, so he had to move it to another frequency. Okay, Gary, it's always a pleasure for you. Also, Jennifer, KD9FMJ, checked in during the sky warning that they had in Winnebago County the other day. Do you have a good evening? Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you down the line.
Roger, 7-3.
Okay, sounds good. Any more stations have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
AC9GO.
AC9GO. Okay, Larry. What do you got for us for DX?
Earlier this week, I'd heard EA3BEM Miguel in Barcelona, Spain. He had a beautiful signal coming in here on 20 meters at 14.180. I wasn't listening today, so I don't know if he was out there or not, but I thought, shoot, if he's got that good a signal, I ought to let the guys know about it. So EA3BEM Miguel in Barcelona, Spain on 14.180, and heard that earlier this week. AC9GO, back to net.
Congratulations there, Larry. Yeah, I can listen on that frequency, but I can't transmit because that's not my class. I'm a general, so I got to avoid transmitting on those frequencies below 14.225 and above 14.350. So okay, congratulations, Larry, and thank you for the great job you did for the on-air rah-rah meeting. Like I said, hopefully, maybe by in August, maybe you'll go back to having in-person meetings again. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I don't know when we're going to have a meeting, but on in person. But we'll get it done one of these days. That's for sure. And that's part of what our survey is for on in the latest ham rag, and it is available on the website. So w9axt.org, and just go to ham rags and 2021 and July, and you can read all the latest. This is AC9GO.
Okay, so speaking of ham rags, I keep forgetting to say this. I don't have the last few editions of the in-print version of the ham rag. So I just thought I don't even think that men say it like this. So okay, sounds good, Larry.
Yeah, I'll get those off to you, Jimmy. I keep forgetting to do it. I apologize for that. AC9GO.
Don't worry, Larry. I never think you've been asking things. I don't even think about it either, so don't worry about it. Okay, Larry, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. I'm sure we'll hear from you this coming Monday night on the Rawa Infonet. Okay, does anybody else have any DX reports for W9GD DX Corner? Please call now. All right, let's go ahead with the swap net. All IMC box order treasure must be related to hobbies of apps, radio, or computers. All IMC box order treasure must be the property of or the possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. I mean, mention prices over the air, but any haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic they'd like to pass along? Okay. Let's, sounds good. Eight more stations would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. With without traffic, please call now. Okay. Hey, Larry, AC9GO. I almost forgot. What, do you have any, you have a garden plan this year? What kind of vegetables are you having?
Oh, actually, my wife is the green thumb in the family, and she's got, let's see, well, we've already harvested some radishes and then replanted them, so we'll be getting some more of those. She's got some beans growing there, the kind that climb, and she's got eggplant. In fact, there's one of the eggplants there. Looks like it's about 6-7 inches long, and a few other little ones. She's got 4 tomato plants. I think one big yellow, one big red, and a couple of the cherry type tomatoes. She's got several different kinds of like rosemary and the different herbs. So let's see what else. I know there's some other things, but I can't think of what they are. Anyhow, her garden is just going great. AC9GO.
That's great, Larry. That's great. You got the vegetable details, so sounds good. Okay. Thank you for checking in, Larry. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you down the line. I'm sure we'll probably hear you on the Monday night. Thank you for checking in again. Thanks for the great job you do with the Raw on-air meetings. Okay. KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Do you have a vegetable garden planned this year, and what do you have planted?
KC9GCR, KD9HKX. Good evening, Jim, and good evening to everyone else on the net. Yes, as always, I have tomatoes planted in the garden this year. I've got 12 plants set out. They're averaging now between 4 and 5 feet, with a whole lot of small tomatoes on the vine. Right now, I'm forecasting I'll get my first ripe ones somewhere around mid-August. And if the weather holds out, I'll have plenty for canning this year. So, and the only other thing I plant is I plant some bunch onions. I like to have those with sandwiches. So, and that's it for the garden. So with that, I'll turn back to you, Jim. KC9GCR, KD9HKX.
Sounds good, Larry. You better hope that hot weather returns for the benefit of your tomatoes, because they like that hot weather. I hope it'll come back soon. So, thank you for checking in, Larry. You have a good evening. Well, we're going to be doing, I'm sure you'll be around for the trivia segment. We'll get that going, and once again, we're going back to doing ham radio questions. So, okay. Thank you for checking in, Larry. Mike, K89MED, Don Rochelle. What's going on with you? Are you did you plant a vegetable garden this year, or what do you got, what vegetables you have planted? Okay, sounds good, Mike. And once again, thank you for recording the net. That'd be great. So, okay, sounds good. Have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. WX9RLT, Ricky, in Loves Park. What's going on with you? I don't know if you have a vegetable garden planted this year, or if you ever done so or not. But if you do, what do you got? What kind of vegetables you have?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. Good to hear everybody out there. Not too much going on with me. I do not have one. I've always wanted to start one, but I just never have. Now, with that being said, my uncle, he used to garden all the time, and he moved south, and I went down there and visited him a few years back, and he was growing watermelon. And holy cow, you talk about the best watermelon ever. He's like, hey, you want some watermelon? I'm like, heck yeah. So we went out to the backyard and grabbed one, and yeah, I definitely wish I can grow a few up this way. So the long story short, the best food I've ever had came out of a garden, but I'm not talented enough to garden.
Well, let's hope maybe someday you get an opportunity. A bug will bite you there. So okay, sounds good. Yeah. Speaking of watermelon, you want watermelon? Go down to Thompson, because it won't be too long. Sometime next month or so, there will be those watermelons and muskmelons will be popping out down there. McGinnis's melon stand. I don't know if they're still market. I don't know if they're still in business anymore or not. They were when we used to camp. But you go down there, you buy those watermelons and muskmelons and that Thompson sweet corn. You bet. I'll tell you what they do. Those farmers down there have irrigation systems. You can bet that they're probably running all this time there with the drought situation and what have you there. You just take a drive down to Thompson, get those Thompson melons. Years ago, on Labor Day weekend, they used to have melon days there, but they discontinued that many years ago, sad to say, but that's what you ought to do sometime. You and the missus drive down to Thompson. Get those melons.
I'll have to definitely check that out. Back to you, WX9RLT.
Okay, Ricky, thank you for checking in, and thank you all for all you do. You guys did a great job with the Skywarden net the other day. Okay, K89MAP, Carrie. Do you have a vegetable garden planted this year? What kind of vegetables do you have planted?
This is K89MAP. No, Jimmy, I'm the anti-gardener. I pulled out all of the shrubbery and plantings on my property. I removed a bunch of fences and gates, and it's just nothing but lawn now because I just want something that's easy and lowest possible maintenance for me. There is a little ostrich fern on the north side of the garage. That's the only thing that'll grow there. Brief reset. I got to check out early tonight, Jimmy, so I just wanted to remind you I'll be out to the meetings tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you again. K89MAP.
Sounds good, Gary. I got your HC put and all the accessories put in a plastic bag. I'll bring them to you. I got them sitting across the room at the other desk, so I don't forget about it. So I'll bring them to you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll say 7-3. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. We'll see you tomorrow.
You betcha.
Okay, AE9TF, Jeff, what's going on with you? Do you have a vegetable garden planted? and what kind of vegetables you have in your garden.
AE9JF, good evening, Jimmy. Good evening, everyone on the net. Yes, I do have a garden, but it's a patio garden, so I'm growing everything in containers. And I've got onions and cucumbers, a couple different types of peppers, some tomatoes, and I'm even going to try some potatoes this year. So I've already gotten some cucumbers and onions. The tomatoes are coming along, but still a few weeks before they're ready to pick. And the peppers are starting to bloom, so I'm looking forward to that. So this is my first attempt since I've moved to Illinois to try a garden, and seems to be coming along quite well. Probably going to cost me about $5 a cucumber, but still enjoy it and having a good time. AE9JF, back to net.
Congratulations, nothing wrong with that. Not bad for a first time ever doing that. That's terrific. Oh, hopefully everything will be successful. Oh, nothing like stuffed peppers. You beat and put in ketchup or whatever kind of is in there, or rice. They're good. You bet. Okay. Thank you for checking in, Jim. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Day. Jamie, W9JTC, what's going on with you? Do you have a vegetable garden planted, and what kind of vegetables you have planted?
Oh, good evening, Jimmy and everybody on the net. W9JTC here. No, not really much of a gardener, my friend. I should be, but I'm not. I have an influx of too many weeds on the property as it is, and I'm going to be fighting those for quite a long time, it seems. At least the rest of the season, trying to get rid of those. So yeah, not really much into the gardening stuff, but yeah, just sitting here doing a backup on my computer. I just went out and bought a portable hard drive and just backing up everything from my logging computer, so that way if I ever lose another SSD drive, knock on for Mike, I hope I never do, that I never have that problem again. So I picked up one from Best Buy after supper tonight, and that's what it's doing right now. I got it plugged in, and she's moving over some data, some backups for me, so I don't have to start from ground zero again. At least not other than just loading the operating system. But it's technical, but yeah, just something. It's an insurance policy. I sure hated to have to download all my contacts from LOTW and import them back into HRD. It was a real pain, but I got it done and stuff. So don't want to go through that again. So anyway, that's all I've got, Jimmy. You have a great weekend, sir, and we'll talk to you again, if not over the weekend, on Monday. 73s from Whiskey 9 Juliet Tango Charlie.
Sounds good, Jamie. You have a good weekend, too. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Maybe we'll hear you on the Greene County net that's coming Sunday night at 7:30. There was no net last Sunday with the 4th of... that was, of course, the last Sunday was 4th of July. But they'll have it going again this coming Sunday night. So, okay. Thank you for checking in, Jamie. That concludes my list. Are there any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
November 9, starting November Whiskey and
N9CNW, is that you? I've got quite a bit of noise with your signal. Try that one more time.
That's me, Mark here, N9CNW. Can you copy me now, Jimmy?
We got you, N9CNW. We got you checked in. We're talking about vegetable gardens. Do you have a garden planted this year? And if you do, what kind of vegetables do you have planted?
We didn't do a garden this year. We have in the past. We put some tomatoes and stuff like that. The last couple of years, I just haven't been able to get out and get down on my knees and get through the plant. So we passed on that for a couple of years. N9CNW.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Are there any more stations you want to check at the Friday Night Fun at this time? You're coming over your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. If you decide to go out to these vegetable stands you got out in the country, buy your sweet corn, tomatoes, and what have you there. Or if you just turn your radio on, you just came home, turn your radio on, or if you've been copying the mail for the last 44 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from everywhere in the region. Without traffic, please call KSign GCR.
KC9 GCR, KD9HWK. Matt Sycamore checking in with no traffic.
KD9HWK, okay, I've got you checked in. He's one of the net control operators on the Monday night Kishwaukee After Radio Club net, which meets at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb with the PL 100.0 minus offset. We're talking about vegetable gardens tonight. Do you have a garden planted, and what kind of vegetables do you have planted in your garden?
Yeah, I do container gardening, and I've got about 12 tomato plants, and this year they are loaded with tomatoes. It's a good year for tomatoes. I'm probably a couple weeks away from getting any that are ripe. I don't think any of them actually started turning yet. Probably the biggest one's about the size of an orange. And I got peppers going. I've already got some jalapenos and some herbs and flowers and cucumbers. That's pretty much it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, that ain't bad at all. Sounds good. Okay, hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. And I know you mentioned the Friday Night Fun Net on your net whenever your net control operates. So that's great. I can't, unfortunately, I'm not able to get into that repeater anymore since you guys moved it to a different location. But I can still hear it. You at 7-3, have a good evening. We'll be listening for you on Monday night at 8:30.
All right, Jimmy, everybody out there on the net, have a good night. KD9HWK, 7-3.
Okay. Any more stations want to check at the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. Okay, this is KSign GCR, net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. My mom and dad, we used to have a big vegetable garden when we lived in the Rideout. It was right in the back of our house. It took about half of a lot there, you might as well say. Well, they used to plant tomatoes, squash, onions, cucumbers, peppers, and other stuff. We even had 2 rows of sweet corn planted at one time. The problem is, every time we had a storm or strong winds come up, it knocked down that sweet corn. Finally, Mom and Dad said, that's enough, we're not planting any more sweet corn. But we enjoyed stuff there. There was even, now every spring, rhubarb comes up. So we had our own rhubarb. Mom made her own rhubarb pie. Came up by itself. But that was always, my mom and Dad, they always enjoyed working out in the garden, especially my dad. He'd have the rototiller running, he'd plant the garden, he'd be working the garden, I'll tell you what, keeping away the weeds and what have you. He'd have a can of beer or a quart of beer in his hand, drink the beer, and he couldn't go wrong with that. Okay, at this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, now we're going to go into Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. And we're going back to doing the ham radio questions. Okay, we got a lot of people who listen to this net on scanners. They're starting to get their ham radio license for the first time. Oh, by the way, you know what? I gotta get on my calendar. I got next VE testing session here in Freeport. Let's see, May, June. Okay. All right. Let's see. August. Let's see. Yeah, August 7th. August 7th. Saturday, August 7th. We have our State Line Amateur Radio Club will be conducting a VE testing session. That will take place at the 12:30 p.m. in the Freeport Public Library. Again, that's Saturday, August 7th. If you want more information, contact Tony N9ARB or Brandon K9LOA. It'll get you some more information on that VE testing session. So, let me reset. Again, we have a lot of people who listen to this net on scanners who are studying for their first-hand radio license. Of course, we have a lot of people who listen for enjoyment because they can't, they're not able to listen to police communications anymore unless you buy a very expensive digital scanner. All right. Okay, here's the first question. Which frequency is within the 6-meter amateur band? A, 49.00 megahertz. B, 52.525 megahertz. C, 28.50 megahertz. D, 222.15 megahertz. Which frequency is within the 6-meter amateur band? A, 49.00 megahertz. B, 52.525 megahertz. C, 28.50 megahertz. D, 222.15 megahertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KD9HKX.
This is K9G Star to Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD Repair Rockford transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. K9HKX, Larry Roscoe, go ahead.
B, Bravo.
You are correct. You are correct. Which frequency is within the 6-meter amateur band? Correct answer is B, Bravo, 52.525 megahertz, 97.3018. We're gonna skip that one. Let's move on to another. Move on to another one here. Okay, where's number 2? Okay. What is meant by the term check in reference to a formal traffic message? A, the number of words or word equivalents in the text portion of the message. B, the value of a money order attached to the message. C, a list of stations that have relayed the message. D, a box on the message form that indicates that the message was received and or relayed. Okay. What is meant by the term check in reference to a formal traffic message? A, the number of words or word equivalents in the text portion of the message. B, the value of a money order attached to the message. C, a list of stations that have relayed the message. D, a box on the message form that indicates that the message was received and or relayed. Does anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9HKX, A, Alpha.
You are correct, Larry. You are correct. What is meant by the term check in reference to a formal traffic message? Correct answer is A, Alpha, the number of words or word equivalents in the text portion of the message. Let's find an, okay, we'll find another one. All right. Okay. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? A, the wavelength gets longer as the frequency increases. B, B, the wavelength gets shorter as the frequency increases. C, there is no relationship between wavelength and frequency. D, the wavelength depends on the bandwidth of the signal. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? A, the wavelength gets longer as the frequency increases. B, the wavelength gets shorter as the frequency increases. C, there is no relationship between wavelength and frequency. D, the wavelength depends on the bandwidth of the signal. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9HKX, B Bravo.
You are correct, Larry. You are correct. How does the wavelength of a radio wave relate to its frequency? Correct answer is B Bravo. The wavelength gets shorter as the frequency increases. Because radio waves travel at a constant speed, I'm going to skip that one. They have a math question I don't understand. We're going to move on. Okay. Hold on one moment, please. Okay. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the receiver rich or RIT or clarifier. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems to be too high or too low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the receiver RIT or clarifier. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9EPZ.
KD9EPZ. Go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Al. K9EPZ, go ahead. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on. K9EPZ, Al, go ahead.
Let's try D as in Delta. Somehow my PL got turned off.
That happens, and you are correct. What it does, just a minute. Hold on. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch? Al, did you say B Bravo or D Delta?
I said D Delta.
You are correct. I want to make sure I read the right question there. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? Correct answer is D Delta, the receiver, RIT, or clarifier. Al, let me check you in. We're talking about vegetable gardens, and I know you don't have a garden, you don't have anything planted, but like many years ago, or did you used to have a plan to have a garden, vegetable garden years ago, and what vegetables did you have?
Well, I had a vegetable garden as early as last year. I have containers that I have filled with dirt that I can put, up on my deck. And I didn't manage to get any plants for them this year. And last year, the squirrels loved my garden and didn't leave anything for me to eat. But I was growing peppers and tomatoes and onions.
Okay, sounds good, Al. That's great. Sounds good. Oh. Okay, thank you, Al. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. We'll get back to you. I'm sure we'll hear from you again during the trivia segment. We're trying to do some more here. Okay? All right. I'm not reading that question again. That was too recent. Okay. Oh, God. All right. Okay. This is an electrical question. How many volts are equal to 1 kilovolt? A, 1/1000th of a volt. B, 100 volts. C, 1,000 volts. D, 1,000,000 volts. How many volts are equal to 1 kilovolt? A, 1/1000th of a volt. B, 100 volts. C, 1,000 volts. D, 1,000,000 volts. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Hey, Jimmy, I'll go ahead and answer that one. I'll go with C. Charles, 1,000 volts. This is Tom up here in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
WI9JTC, Tom and Janesville, you are correct. You are correct. How many volts are equal to 1 kilovolt? Correct answer, C. Charlie, 1,000 volts. 1 kilovolt equals 1/1000 times 1 volt equals 1,000 volts. Ham radio license manual page 2 -3. Okay. WI9WTF. We're talking about vegetable gardens. Do you have a garden planted this year, and what kind of vegetables do you have?
Hey, Jimmy, I got a flower garden, but no vegetable garden. The flowers ain't doing so well because the weeds are all kind of trapping them out there. I'm trying to go out there and pick them out there, but yeah, it's not going so well so far this year. But no, like I said, no vegetable garden, but I've got a flower garden. Yeah, I'm trying.
This is K-Son GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD Repair in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Tom. Maybe you ought to just consider next year, don't plant no more flowers. Start planting vegetables.
Yeah, I guess I could go to that, or I could just let the weeds take it all over. Either way there, Jimmy.
I hear you, Tom. I hear you. Okay. Hey, thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay. See if we can find another question. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. Okay. Just a minute. I read that one. Okay, okay. How is a simple ammeter connected to a circuit? A, in series with the circuit. B, in parallel with the circuit. C, in quadrature with the circuit. D, in phase with the circuit. How is a simple ammeter connected to a circuit? A, in series with the circuit. B, in parallel with the circuit. C, in quadrature with the circuit. D, in phase with the circuit. Anybody correct to answer this question?
K89HKX, A alpha in series.
You are correct, Larry, you are correct. How is a simple ammeter connected to a circuit? Correct answer is A alpha in series with the circuit. Ammeters are connected in series with a component or circuit to measure current. Ham radio license manual page 3-3. Find another one here. All right. All that space station stuff we're going to skip. We ain't going to bother with. All right. Now, this is for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio license. This next question I'm going to read, you guys know this by heart. But again, this is for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio license. Okay. What code is used when sending CW in the Hampshire band? A. Baudot. B. Hamming. C. International Morse. D. All of these choices are correct. What code is used when sending CW in the Hampshire bands? A. Baudot. C. Hamming. Well, I'm going to read that question again. What code is used when sending CW in the Hampshire bands? A. Baudot. B. Hamming. C. International Morse. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
K89HKX. This is E. Charlie.
You are correct, Larry. You are correct. What code is used when sending CW in the Hampshire band? Correct answer is C. Charlie and International Morse. International Morse is a standard form of code for Hampshire CW operation. Ham Radio License Manual, page 5-11. We got 3 CW code practices. Monday, immediately following the Monday Night Rah-Rah net, either on the 6-1 repeater or on this repeater. Tuesdays and Thursdays, immediately following the Tuesdays and Thursday Health and Tech nets on this repeater. Larry, K9KGT, the King of CW operates. All right. Last question. All right. What are the toughest questions in the Tech, General, and Extra Q&A books? Your tower questions, of course. Those of you your new listeners who will soon becoming ham radio operators, someday down the road you're going to be part of a tower climbing crew. You're either going to be climbing the tower itself or you're going to be part of a ground crew. Now, this question might put you over the top as far as getting your ticket. This might be the last question, question 35. This might put you over the top. What is a good precaution to observe before climbing an antenna tower? A. Make sure that you wear a grounded wrist strap. B. Remove all tower grounding connections. C. Put on a carefully inspected climbing harness or fall arrestor and safety glasses. D. All of these choices are correct. What is a good precaution to observe before climbing an antenna tower? A. Make sure that you wear a grounded wrist strap. B. Remove all tower grounding connections. C. Put on a carefully inspected climbing harness, fall arrestor, and safety glasses. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'll give it a stab. I'll go with C. Charles.
You are correct, Tom. You are correct. W99WTF, Tom in Janesville. You are correct. What is a good precaution to observe before climbing an antenna tower? Correct answer. C. Charlie. Put on a carefully inspected climbing harness or fall arrestor and safety glasses. Okay. This concludes this portion of the trivia segment. We're going to go with the general portion next, but before we do, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Den? Please call now.
Alpha India 9 Romeo.
EI9R. Good evening, Tom. Okay, we're talking about vegetable gardens. Do you have a garden plan this year? What kind of vegetables do you have?
I got a whole bunch of stuff. Tomatoes, lettuce, cucumbers, peppers, beans. Bonnie has to have her beans. Squash. And of course, my my chives are coming up. They're one plant once, and they've come up every year. So that's what's going on. It's all on my back porch, and they're going gangbusters.
That's great. That's great. That's wonderful news. Okay, Tom. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend.
You too, Jimmy. Talk to you later, AI9er.
Okay, any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, let's go ahead with the general portion. Okay. I'm going to skip that chapter and some of the questions I already read. And this one's too lengthy. I don't want to read that one. Skip that one. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay. What is, I don't know how many of you work at digital or not, but I'll read this question anyway. What is required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments? A. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. B. The interrogating transmission must be made by another automatically controlled station. C. No third-party traffic may be transmitted. D. The control operator of the interrogating station must hold an amateur extra class license. What is required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments? A. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. B. The interrogating transmission must be made by another automatically controlled station. C. No third-party traffic may be transmitted. D. The control operator of the interrogating station must hold an amateur extra class license. Does anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, I'll read the question and give the answer. Was required to conduct communications with a digital station operating under automatic control outside the automatic control band segments? Correct answer is A alpha. The station initiating the contact must be under local or remote control. Find another one here. All right. Oh, I don't want to read that question. Find another one. Okay. What is the voluntary band plan restrictions for U.S. stations transmitting within the 48 contiguous states in the 50.1 to 50.125 megahertz band segment? A. Only contact with stations not within the 48 contiguous states. B. Only contact with other stations within the 48 contiguous states. C. Only digital contact. D. Only SSTV contacts. What is the voluntary band plan restriction for U.S. stations transmitting within the 48 contiguous states in the 50.1 to 50.125 megahertz band segment? A. Only contact with stations not within the 48 contiguous states. B. Only contact with other stations within the 48 contiguous states. C. Only digital contact. D. Only SSTV contact. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9HKX, I think that's A alpha.
You are correct, Larry. You are correct. What is the voluntary band plan restriction for U.S. stations transmitting within the 48 contiguous states in the 50.1 to 50.125 megahertz band segment? Correct answer is A alpha. only contacts with stations not within the 48 contiguous states. DX windows were originally devised to give amateurs from countries with restrictive privileges a bit of bad space to make DX contacts outside their own country or region. As worldwide frequency allocations become more common, the DX windows are less needed but are still part of operating on some bands. For example, if you live in the U.S., the DX window of 50.1 to 50.125 megahertz is where you listen for and make long-distance contact with stations outside the contiguous 48 states. General Class License Manual, page 2-5. Okay. Okay. At what point in the solar cycle does the 20-meter band usually support worldwide propagation during daylight hours? A, at the summer solstice. B, only at the maximum point of the solar cycle. C, only at the minimum point of the solar cycle. D, at any point in the solar cycle. At what point in the solar cycle does the 20-meter band usually support worldwide propagation during daylight hours? A, at the summer solstice. B, only at the maximum point of the solar cycle. C, only at the minimum point of the solar cycle. D, at any point in the solar cycle. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. I'll read the question and give the correct answer. At what point in the solar cycle does the 20-meter band usually support worldwide propagation during daylight hours? The correct answer is G delta, at any point in the solar cycle. All right, we'll move on and find another one. Okay, which of the following is a use for the IF shift control on a receiver? A, to avoid interference from stations very close to the received frequency. B, to change frequency rapidly. C, to permit listening on a different frequency from that on which you are transmitting. D, to tune in stations that are slightly off frequency without changing your transmit frequency. Which of the following is a use for the IF shift control on a receiver? A, to avoid interference from stations very close to the received frequency. B, to change frequency rapidly. C, to permit listening on a different frequency from that on which you are transmitting. D, to tune in stations that are slightly off frequency without changing your transmit frequency. Does anybody have a correct answer to this question? Somebody keying up, come on back.
KC9 CFL checking into your net, Jimmy.
Okay, KC9 CFL. We're in the middle of the trivia segment there. Would you like to answer that question I just read?
I didn't even get to hear the question, Jimmy. I turned on my radio and keyed up for you.
Okay, I'll read it, and then I'll see if you know it. If not, it don't matter, but I want to see. Which of the following, we're in the general portion there, which of the following is a use for the IF shift control on a receiver? A, to avoid interference from stations very close to the received frequency. B, to change frequency rapidly. C, to permit listening on a different frequency from that on which you are transmitting. D, to tune in stations that are slightly off frequency without changing your transmit frequency. Does anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KC9 CFL, is it D as in Delta, Jimmy?
Oh, sorry, that's not correct. Anybody else want to give it a shot? I'm getting a lot of radio or whistle, but no audio. Come back, you might want to correct that problem.
C. Charles.
I'm sorry, I doubled over you. Come back.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville, WI-9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'll go with C. Charles.
Okay, sorry about that, Tom, but that's not correct. Thank you for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
K89HKX, A Alpha.
You are correct, Larry. You are correct. Which of the following is a use for the IF shift control on a receiver? Correct answer is A Alpha, to avoid interference from stations very close to received frequency. Passband or IF shift adjusts the receiver's passband above or below the displayed carrier frequency to avoid interfering signals. This results in a shift in tone of the received signal, but often improves intelligibility. General Class License Manual, page 5-20. The KC9CFL, Mike and Rockton. What's going on with you? We're talking about vegetable gardens. Do you have a garden planted this year, and what kind of vegetables do you have planted?
KC9CFL. Jimmy, my wife does, we do tomatoes this year, and we did strawberries. The birds really enjoyed the strawberries. But we just haven't had time this year between buying a piece of property and having two houses now and trying to rent one out and getting that ready. It's been stressful and busy. So other than that, everything's going good. The newborn munchkin is doing wonderful, and that's about it. KC9CFL, back to net control.
That's good. About new munchkin been doing well. Okay, hey, thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. Okay, this one last question on the General Q. I'm not doing that PSK stuff. We're moving on here. Oh boy. Okay. This is the last question in the segment. What standing wave ratio will result when conducting a 50-ohm feed line to a non-reactive load having 200 ohm impedance? A, 4 by 1, B, 1 by 4, C, 2 by 1, D, 1 by 2. What standing wave ratio will result when conducting a 50-ohm feed line to a non-reactive load having 200 ohm impedance? A, 4 by 1, B, 1 by 4, C, 2 by 1, D, 1 by 2. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What standing wave ratio will result when conducting a 50-ohm feed line to a non-reactive load having 200 ohm impedance? Correct answer is A alpha, 4 by 1. If a load connected to a feed line is purely resistive, the SWR can be calculated by dividing the line characteristic impedance by the load resistance, or vice versa, whichever gives a value greater than 1. 200 by 50 equals 4 by 1 SWR. The General Class License Manual, page 7-21. That's going to do it for this particular segment. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, the last station trying to check in, unable to copy. You got a lot of nothing but noise. This repeater is a PL 114.8 Palo Sunset. Let's try that one more time, please. KC9YI, good evening, Scott. Got you checking. It sound good on Simplex. This is Scott, K9YI in Monroe. Scott, how'd your 4th of July go? Okay, you're giving me full scale here on the Simplex. Okay, we did not have a 4th of July fireworks display this year. Well, the city of Freeport did not, but I'll tell you what, the neighborhood sure did. They went on for several days. Let's see, early Sunday morning, they didn't get done till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And Sunday night, that was something else too. Everybody was shooting off the displays there and what have you. I watched the fireworks shows from New York, Washington, D.C., and Rockford on TV, and then they had our neighborhood fireworks displayed. So I had a nice 4th. Well, your guess is as good as mine. I sure would like to know, too. Well, for me, I don't, we haven't gone to the fireworks display for many years. Anyway, I'd rather watch the neighborhood ones. But, I mean, I don't know. I did not know about this until some people brought me home from church Saturday evening. I asked them about fireworks. They said they're not having it this year. So, I don't know why they didn't have it. I thought sure they would after last year. I know we did not have one last year because of the COVID. Okay, Scott, sounds good. You have a good evening. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. We'll catch you on the Greene County Net this coming Sunday night. I know you didn't. I was monitoring 110 last Sunday night. Nobody came on the air, not even to ask if there was a net. So we'll catch you on Sunday evening, Scott. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Good night, Scott. Thank you. 7-3. Talk to you Sunday night. That was Scott, K9YI. He's the net control of the Greene County Aries Net, which meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with a PL 123.0 minus offset. There was no net this past Sunday because of the 4th of July. They had a wonderful 4th of July. They got to see the fireworks in Monroe and what have you. Okay. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I'm just going to read a couple questions from the extra Q&A, and oh boy, we'll see what happens. All right, one moment, please. Oh, we're not reading those. Okay, here's one. Okay, which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes line A? A, a line roughly parallel to and south of the border between U.S. and Canada. B, a line roughly parallel to and west of the U.S. Atlantic coastline. C, a line roughly parallel to and north of the border between the U.S. and Mexico. D, a line roughly parallel to and east of the U.S. Pacific coastline. Which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes line A? A, a line roughly parallel to and south of the border between the U.S. and Canada. B, a a line roughly parallel to and west of the U.S. Atlantic coastline? C, a line roughly parallel to and north of the border between the U.S. and Mexico? D, a line roughly parallel to and east of the U.S. Pacific coastline. Does anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, I'll read the answer and give the correct answer. Which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes line A? Correct answer is A alpha, a line roughly parallel to and south of the border between the U.S. and Canada. All right. Oh, I think I read that question another time. We're gonna find another one here. Okay. All right. Sorry about this, folks. I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions. Okay. All right. Just a minute. Okay. When a meteor strikes the Earth's atmosphere, a cylindrical region of free electrons is formed at what layer of the ionosphere? A, the E layer, B, the F1 layer, C, the F2 layer, D, the D layer. When a meteor strikes the Earth's atmosphere, a cylindrical region of free electrons is formed at what layer of the ionosphere? A, the E layer, B, the F1 layer, C, the F2 layer, D, the D layer. Anybody correct to answer this question? This is K-Sign G-Star, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repair in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net, transferring for Freiburg. Okay, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. When a meteor strikes the Earth's atmosphere, a cylindrical region of free electrons is formed at what layer of the ionosphere? Correct answer is A alpha, the E layer. All right, that's going to do it for Friday Night Fun Net trivia for this week. We'll do it again next week at this time. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Stand by one moment, please. Gonna give you a rundown of all the other nets in the area. Just let me get my right papers here organized. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, in less than a half hour, at 10 p.m. on 443.750 megahertz, CFMC 443.750 repeated Chicago, PL 114.8 Los Angeles. Night Watch net will get underway. That net runs 7 nights a week, runs from 10 p.m. to about 11 p.m. So, the Lunchbox net meets every Monday through Friday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Swap net at 12:30 p.m. on 145.430 repeater, Dollars Grove, Illinois. PL 107.2 minus offset, W9DUP, DuPage County repeater. Okay. There is a Saturday Night Fun Net which meets every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee with PL 127.3 minus offset. That's a lot more structured than this one. I was able to pick them up the last week. They were talking about America the Beautiful. What were some of their favorite landmarks in this country? So their net is a lot more structured than this one. You got to check in A through G, H through N, and so on and so forth. But that is a good net. That net only ran for about 35 minutes this past Saturday, and I think they only had, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5 check-ins. But that is a good net they have on the Milwaukee. Saturday Night Fun Net. 9 p.m. Saturday evenings on 146.910 PL 127.3 minus offset. Okay, I just mentioned the Greene County net, which meets on 145.110 at 7:30 p.m. Scott K9YI is at control. The Big Thunder Amateur Radio Club meets on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere, PL 100.0 plus offset. The Whiteside County group holds its net at 8, also at 8 p.m. on 146.850. Sterling with the PL 114.8 minus offset. Let's see. The Monday night Rah-Rah Info Net meets every Monday evening at 7 p.m. Let's see. Trying to find out about the information. Okay, K9KZT Larry was net control. He had a total of 10 check-ins. He and I rotate as net control. I'll take the net on this coming Monday evening. The Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with the PL of 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club meets every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in Cal PL 100.0 minus offset. Okay, one moment, please. K9HWK, one of the net control operators, just checked in on this net. He was checking number 19, so. Okay. Tuesday evenings, just a minute. Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on this repeater, we have the first of two health and tech nets, as they're known now. H9JZ is net control of the Tuesday evening net, and I and Bill K9OJP will alternate on the Thursday evening net on this repeater. Also, the Rock County Public Service net meets also at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with the PL 123.0 minus offset. Okay, Rick K9QDP, I'm surprised he hasn't checked in tonight. But he has his Tuesday evening tech net. This past Tuesday, it was held on the 28.420 megahertz 10 meters upper sideband. It's usually held on the 28.425, but unfortunately there was some shenanigans going on that frequency, so we had to move the net to 28.420. Hopefully next Tuesday he'll be able to go back to 28.425. I don't know how many. I forget how many check-ins he had there. Then, of course, 9 p.m. on Tuesday evenings on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset. The Oval County Amateur Radio net, including Harry Skywarn, holds its Tuesday evening net. 7 p.m. on Wednesdays here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We had the Stevenson County Aries net. I think I was net control. I think I had 5 check-ins. So also at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repair in Beloit, the PL of 123.0 plus offset, the Greater Beloit After Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. Tuesday evenings at, just a minute, no, Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. On the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset, we have the Stevenson County Repeater Association Wednesday evening swap net. Runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. to all traffic is handled. Mel, N9RPN, the trustee of the 39 repeater, brings us after radio news line. 15 minutes independent news broadcast of both entire day amateur radio. And, of course, Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater here in Freeport, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Salvation Army Saturday night. I was net control. I had a total of 5 check-ins last night. Okay. Get my other papers. Hold on here. Okay. The Senile Net is held every day, Monday through Friday, at $1,400, $1,500 Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. Chuck, WD9BB is in control of that Senile Net. Okay, that's, now you're all caught up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators. Oh, yeah, that's right, I mentioned that. Just a minute, one moment, please. Oh, yes, I forgot to mention the CW net. Kerry, K9 MAP, has a CW net every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. on 7.112 megahertz, kilohertz, I should say, on this CW portion of the 40-meter band. He recently moved that net there on, so it's now on 7.112 megahertz. This is Case 9 GCR to Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Okay, now you're all caught up to date with your local nets. Support your local net control operators, support your local nets, support your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means, do support your local clubs. Now, are there any more stations that like to check into Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9 QDO, Matt from McChesney, checking in short time.
KD9 QDO, okay, man, we got you checked in. We're talking about vegetable gardens. Do you have a garden plan this year, and what kind of vegetable garden, what kind of vegetables do you have? I know you're short time.
No, I do not have a garden, and if I did, I'm not sure what I'd plant. Probably some, I don't know, mint or something like that. Maybe some cucumbers.
Okay, Matt, sounds good. Hey, you have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
All right, thanks. 7-3. Have a good night. KD9 QDO clear.
Okay, you too. Any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Last station trying to check in, unable to copy. Nothing but noise when you're sitting. I heard a voice, but I could not make it you out. You might want to increase your power or change location. Let's try that again, please.
N9ZBI. No traffic.
N9ZBI. Hello, Jerry. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much. Just waiting to pick up my niece and her friends from the movies. That's about it.
Okay, sounds good. We're talking about vegetable gardens. I don't know if you ever planted one or not, but I was going to say, if you did way back when, what kind of vegetables did you have? dropped off again. I got nothing but noise. Try that one more time.
Okay, Jim, I've planted gardens with my grandfather at his house, and we've planted anything from peppers, tomatoes, everything.
That's good, that's good. Okay, Jerry, just out of curiosity, what movie are they watching?
Something PG. I don't know, Jim.
Okay, we'll move on. We won't worry about that. I'm just out here, nothing big deal. Jerry, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend.
73, Jim. N9ZVI clear.
Yeah, don't be a stranger either. Okay, any more stations want to check in? Please call now.
N9BWM. Still take off here.
N9BWM. Hello, Bruce. You just heard Jerry check in. That's good to hear him again. Bruce, what's going on with you? Do you have a vegetable garden this year? If you do, what kind of vegetables do you have planted?
No, I don't have any vegetable garden. I had surgery the beginning of June, so I haven't been doing anything.
Okay, sounds good. Just want to let you know, you got a very high squeal with your signal. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Alrighty. I'll let you go. N9BWM, sir.
Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net, Bruce. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more stations want to check in? Please call now. Okay, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Contact Ricky WX9RLT. He's in charge of it. He'll get you signed up. You'll see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net. You'll see updated pictures of my ham shack. You'll even see weather information. And yes, Mike, K9MED in Rochelle, is recording this net for future broadcasts. Well, someday we hope that we'll have a Friday Night Fun Net 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including Sundays and holidays. So it'll be all Friday Night Fun Net all the time. Hopefully that will eventually take place. We'll say it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can't sleep, so you just say, well, you know what? I'm going to turn the Friday Night Fun Net on and listen to that. Maybe I'll put me to sleep. And so that'd be great. So like I said, every night will be Friday night. If you listen to the Friday Night Fun Net, that's what we hope we'll do someday. Have all these nets are put together, and you can listen to it whenever you like, during the daytime or during the late night. Like I said, it's a Friday Night Fun Net every night of the week. So if you want to sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, contact Ricky WX9RLT, and he'll get you signed up. Next, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FNFN232-3636. We have not had any hotline check-ins tonight, but if I'm transmitting, if you hear that phone ring, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. You've seen pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touchstone telephone. Okay. Any more stations want to check in? Please call now. Okay, does anybody have any questions, comments, traffic, or input that you'd like to bring before the net? Okay, I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repair, for allowing us to use this repair to host the Friday Night Fun Net or the other nets, and we can't use the 6-1 repair. That was the case tonight during the rah-rah on-air meeting. So I'm going to run down the list of stations checked in so far. No early check-ins. All these check-ins are during the net. KL7JAB, 89VU, 89SBA, 89SS, Scott the Beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, south of Rockford, K9KGT Larry, King of the CW, H9NW, H9QPL, N9GB, H9GO, Larry the Rah-Rah Board President, K9HKX, Larry and Roscoe, W9GD, now held by Gary, formerly K9FML, but that was Gene Duncan's old call, the King of DX. K9MED, Mike and Rochelle is recording this net. WX9RLT, Ricky in Loves Park, he had a great job on the Skywarn net the other day. AK9F. K9MAP, I'll see him tomorrow at the Steve Scott Repair Association meeting. 89JF, W9JTC, N9CNW, K9HWK, one of the net control operators of the Monday Night Kishwaukee Amateur Radio Club net. Myself, K9GCR, net control, K9EPT, Al, Don, Rochelle, W99WTF, Tom and James Jill, AI9R, K9CFL, K9YI, Scott Monroe, K9QDO, N9ZBI, Jerry, and N9BWM, Bruce. I got a total of, let me reset. I got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 on-air check-ins, and no early bird, or I'll do my honorary check-ins in a minute or so. 28 check-ins. Are there any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please go now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO. Hello, Dean. How did your 4th of July go?
It went good. Probably uneventful. We went down to Rockford to one of our local clubs, had a dinner, and then decided, well, we're not going to wait for 3 hours for the fireworks, and drove back home and watched the neighbors do their stuff. So probably a little bit safer there. And anyway, otherwise it was a good 4th of July. With the best thing of all is we've had rain up here. We had 3/4 of an inch rain. So, boy, talk about making life a whole lot better there, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Okay, sounds good. Hope you got to see the Rockford fireworks on TV.
That's what we did. We watched it on TV. It works for me. Very comfortable sitting here at home, and it was very good, very impressive fireworks. I'd say it's a first-class presentation they did there, Jimmy. Go ahead.
I got to see them too. That was great. Plus, we had the neighborhood fireworks. Everybody in the neighborhoods were setting them off. We're watching them all over the area, and even beyond our neighborhood too. We've seen them go up. Freeport, City of Freeport did not have an official regular fireworks show this year, and I was surprised. I didn't know about that until some people brought me home from church Saturday evening and told me that. So that's the second year in a row they didn't have fireworks. Well, I understood with the COVID last year, but I'm surprised they didn't have it this year. I don't know if it was financial or what the situation was.
Well, I think most of the areas, the fireworks are a contributory type thing where everybody, the businesses chip in on it and things like that. Well, you should have gone up to Duran. Maybe Lena had fireworks, or Nora, one of those cities. They probably had fireworks there, and that's what everybody did. They probably went there instead there, Jamie. Go ahead.
Well, the city of Savannah, down Carroll County along the Mississippi River, and the Shannon had theirs on Saturday there too. But you know, a couple of years we went to the fireworks display at the Stevens County Fairgrounds. But you know, I figured, been there, done that. 1 year it was cold and what have you there. And I said, you know what? If I want to watch fireworks that bad, I'll watch the neighborhood ones, or I can go to I'll go next door to Kentucky Fried Chicken, Longtown Silver's parking lot. I can see the fireworks from the fairgrounds, but they go up a certain height. I can see them go up. Of course, a lot of people on the upper floors of our buildings on the east side can see them too. But I saw enough fireworks to last a year. That's enough.
That's very true. Very true. I'll tell you what. That reminds me. Our next event is going to be the county fairs. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been to a county fair in a couple of years now, so I'm kind of anxious to take advantage of Senior Day and go to at least either the Winnebago County or the probably Boone County will make that for sure, and go there and get all the food I shouldn't have, and be interesting to see what the weather's going to do. Since we've had our 90s for the year, maybe it'd be a nice, pleasant day for a week for the county fairs this year there at Jim.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we're going to have more 90-degree days before it's all said and done. July is even half over with, and then we got August. We've had 90-degree temperatures in September and October too. So, speaking of fair, our Stevenson County Fair will get underway on the July 26th there. It'll run for, let's see, I think, the 27th. It'll run for 5 days there. It'll be the last week of July. That's when we'll have our fair. We didn't have it last year due to the COVID.
Yeah, they didn't have it around here either, so that's right. Stevenson is really the start of the season for the northern part of the state. So that's good. I'm glad to hopefully they'll be able to have it, and we don't have a change in our COVID event. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's Stevenson, and I think it's Boone County, then I think it's Winnebago County as the order goes in. So it's always kind of fun. I enjoy the fair food. I shouldn't, but I do. And I know that's a little different than your original topic, but yeah, I do enjoy going to the fair still, as long as I can make it. And we have a ham fest there at Boone County this year, so that's going to be really enjoyable to have that back there, Jim.
Yeah, you probably know there's going to be one tomorrow at Oak Creek.
I do, but I don't feel like that's a pretty good drive. It's clear over there, almost to the lake, and I'm going to go to the one up at Jefferson, which is about a 45-minute drive from here. I'm going to do that one instead. We usually, as a club, reserve tables there, so that one I'm going to be looking forward to. Normally, that Ham Fest is in first part of March, and it's cold and or questionable weather, just coming out of winter. But this year, because of COVID, they're having it this summer, so hopefully they'll like it and keep it at that time. I wouldn't mind that. I'd prefer that as opposed to the colder weather there, Jimmy.
I hear you. Yeah, what was I going? Oh yeah, speaking of county fairs, Monroe will have theirs. I'm guessing either next week or the week after that. That's when they have their fair.
When's that one? Is that like the third week of August?
The Greene County Fair at Monroe, they've always had it in July. I think about the middle of that month.
Oh, okay, all right. No, I've never been that far over. I've been to Stevenson in the past, and of course Winnebago, but never been over to that one. Yeah, it's like I said, I look forward to that. But on the other hand, the drawback to it, the days are getting shorter, and fall's coming when you start going to the fairs there, Jim.
I hear you. Hey, we're talking about the topic tonight. We're talking about vegetable gardens. Do you have a garden planted this year, and what, if you do, what kind of vegetables you have planted?
None of the above. No, we don't have a garden, never have had. Usually neighbors or friends that have plenty, and that pretty well takes care of us. No, we never have. My thumb is not very green, Jim.
Okay, sounds good. I understand. That's the way it goes. Hey, Dean, good talking to you. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Hopefully we'll be back on the 6-1 repeater next Friday night. But you have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in.
Thanks, Jimmy. Take care. Talk to you later. Hope to hear you up on the Janesville one, too. KC9GCR, K9FLO, be clear.
Okay, sounds good, Dean. Thank you for checking in. Any more stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Need one more check-in for number 30. Any station want to check in, please call now.
KC9GCR and 9MQD.
N9NQD, good evening, Art. You're checking number 30 the Friday Night Fun Net. What's going on with you? How'd your 4th of July go?
I didn't quite understand that. I had something else on in the background here. Had to shut it down right quick. How did what go?
How did your 4th of July holiday go?
Oh, the 4th of July. Yeah, it was very good. Rockford did have some dynamite fireworks. They shot off a good amount. There's no doubt about that. I was also watching the one from New York where they got 5 barges out on the Hudson. They all go up simultaneously. They always have a good deal there. And they were setting fireworks off on the Empire State Building. I was watching that too. That was pretty wicked.
This is KC9GCR of the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at?
Yeah, hopefully down in the basement in chains. So, yeah, anyways, that dynamite, it was very good. Glad to see the fireworks.
Oh, yeah, I watched the Rockford fireworks on TV, and I saw the one Washington, D.C. had nice fireworks, and I saw that New York fireworks, sending them off from the Empire State Building. They did that last year, too. But it was nice to see people there. And of course, we had our neighborhood fireworks. Everybody in our neighborhood were shooting them off for right and left. I can see them all over the neighborhood here.
Yeah, they had them around here, too. Doggone neighbors. Man, they had some wicked fireworks. I had someone come and visit me, and they were looking out the window, and one went off, and I swear to God, that thing was 300 feet each way. It was just unbelievable how big and how close to the ground it was.
Well, I'll tell you what, some of those, the way they even sounded so loud, sometimes I think they're setting off artillery shells or dynamite. That loud boom, yeah.
I'm over west of where they set the fireworks off here in Rockford, and I could hear them. I went out in my backyard just to hear the finale and see it go off. It was pretty good. Yeah, they had some pretty good fireworks this year. Also down south, I know there's a little town here every year. They set off a bunch of fireworks too, and I can't remember the name of it.
Okay, what is it, Byron or Winnebago or Genoa or what have you?
East of Byron, little town. They were on the TV too, and talking about how every year they've got a good amount of fireworks going on down there also. I don't know if it was at Kirkland.
ahead, Ben, because I was going to say to Stillman Valley or Davis Junction would have a Kirkland. Okay, sounds good. Kerry, K9MAP, I asked him if he was going to see any fireworks. He said, I'm going to go to Winnebago. I like the small town parades here and then the fireworks displays there.
Well, for up close and personal, I've been downtown when they're setting them off. I was down there one year on my motorcycle and watching them. But for impact, the best one was up in Madison. I went to Monona, and we were only 200 feet from where they were setting them off. And you could hear the thud from when the mortar goes down, and then boom when it goes up, and then kaboom when it explodes in the air. That was wicked. You could feel your heart pound.
Oh, I can believe you. That's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, with a question tonight. Wasn't fireworks. We did that last week. We're talking about fireworks and 4th of July. But I was asking everybody, do you have a vegetable garden planted, and what kind of vegetables do you have planted in your garden?
No, didn't do very much this year, but I did manage to get a few tomatoes in, and they'll be coming up hopefully, and we'll see what happens there. But I like sweet peppers. Yellow sweet peppers or orange sweet peppers. Those are my favorite. And, yeah, they go good on pizza.
Oh, yeah, I hear you there. Sounds good. Okay, Art, hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you down the line.
Oh, for sure. Catch you later. Number 30 in the check-in list, KC9GCR and 99QD.
73 Art, KC9GCR. Good night. 8 more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time. Please call now. Okay, now I'm going to do my honorary check-ins. These are stations who usually don't check in the net, but they asked me to put them down as for check-ins anyway. Okay, first on the list, Tony, N9ARB. I'll see him at our State Line Amateur Radio Club meeting at tomorrow afternoon. HC is better half, Tracy, N9TAB. HC honorary check-ins, okay? Oh yeah, KC9GOL, Jimmy, I told him I'd check him in. Yeah, he's getting ready to go up to Oak Creek, Wisconsin tomorrow for that big ham fest you got there. Okay, all right. KD9LOA, Brandon. I'll see him tomorrow at the State Line Amateur Radio Club meeting, okay? Then John, KD9OVJ, HC honorary check-in. And one of the best guys in the whole world, he doesn't check in often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO, Belvedere, HC honorary check-in. Okay. Okay. K9FEO, Justin. Okay. And Mike, AC9JZ, HC honorary check-in. Okay. And I'm going to put down George, N9WSQ, our Steve Economy Peers Association Club President. I'll see him at our SCRA meeting tomorrow morning. Okay, that's number 39. I got a total of 9 honorary check-ins so far. Let's see. You know what? I haven't heard her in a while, but I'm going to put it on. Jennifer, KD9FM J, HC honorary check-ins. Okay, that's 40 check-ins. 30 on-air check-ins and 10 honorary check-ins, a grand total of 40 check-ins. Okay, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Sorry about that, folks. I had to get my papers straightened out here. Okay, now I'm going to read the amateur's code. The amateur is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasures of others. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League, through which amateur radio is represented. The amateur is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. His well-built efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. The amateur is friendly, slow and patient, sending when requested, friendly advice and the counsel of the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony, NIRB, used to say, some live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. This is K9G, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9 RFD repeater, Rockford. Okay, this is a homemade radio nut joke. This is from Mike, H9JZ. You know you're a radio nut when one of your local Skywarn members has a dog and let's do that again. You know you're a radio nut when one of your local Skywarn members and your dog are both named Stormy. If you have a homemade radio nut jokes you want to pass along, give me a call here on the radio on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. Okay, speaking of county fairs, this is one I put together myself. You know you're a radio nut when you take your HD to your local county fair, and when you ride the merry-go-round and the Ferris wheel, you hold a QSO on the local 2-meter repeater. Okay. Okay, any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time, please call now. Okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your new car dealer. Be sure you tell your used car dealer. Be sure you tell your local garage mechanic. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your bag president, your bag teller, your stockbroker. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. The more check-ins, the better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. Sorry, folks, but we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, cragheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you don't back blue, we don't take your check-ins. You take a knee during a football game or a baseball game, we don't take your check-ins. Sorry, folks, that's just the way it is. Okay. I want to thank everybody for checking in. It was a great net tonight and a great rah-rah on-air meeting, too. Hopefully they'll get back to having in-person meetings. It was interesting to see what garbage or what plants, your vegetables you had in your gardens there. Okay, with that, this is the last call for any stations like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. With or without traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, tune in again next week for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Hopefully we'll be back on the 146.61 repeater. But tune in again next week for another edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9GCR. Net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. Now closing on this Friday, July 9, 2021. This is Friday Night Fun Net. Return the repeater to frequency normal amateur radio use at 10:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 3 hours, 15 minutes Zulu time with a grand total of 30 on-air check-ins and 40 honorary check-ins for a grand total of 40 check-ins. This net is now closed and the repeater is now open for normal amateur radio use. 7-3's everybody. This is K9 at GCR. Happy evening to all and to all a good night. 7-3.